hypnotist consultations regarding palm readings, psychic readings, marriage matchmaking, etc. His expertise will help you to gain a promising life. Book an appointment at +59 263 29943.
Stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. No request for FBI to probe Adriana Youngs' death. U.S. Ambassador says a government-to-government request would have to be made. Police looking at all theories and possibilities. Crime chief on Adriana Youngs' investigation. Small-scale miner up in arms over illegal occupation of mining pits, blames GGMC for situation. And the GRA loses bid to seize luxury vehicles belonging to the MOHAMMEDS. HGP Nightly News begins now. To our viewers here in Guyana and online, I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Tuesday, 13th May 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what you need to know this evening. There is confirmation that the government of Guyana has not yet engaged the United States government for assistance in probing the suspicious death of Adriana Young. Young's death was classified by her family's lawyer as a homicide. You'll hear more from Travis Chase.
Not prepared to call in the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigations or the United Kingdom's Scotland Yard to probe the circumstances surrounding the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young, saying that he's already done what he had to do. United States Ambassador to Guyana, Nicole Theriot, has confirmed that indeed no request was made from the Guyana government for assistance with the investigation. The ambassador spoke with reporters on the sidelines of the Caribbean Police Commissioner's annual general meeting at the Arthur Chung Conference Center at Liliendahl.
We will gladly listen to their requests and do what we can. I understand that it's going to involve requesting FBI assistance for the investigation. The way that it works is that it's a government-to-government request. So the government of Guyana would simply have to make that request to the FBI, and they would determine based on their capacity and their resources if they're able to assist.
The family of 11-year-old Adriana Young first called on the PPP government to have the Federal Bureau of Investigation or other international law enforcement bodies to investigate Adriana's death, reiterating that the family has no confidence in the Guyana Police Force to carry out an impartial and thorough investigation in this matter. Ambassador Theriot reminded that the FBI assisted the Guyana government before during the deadly dormitory Mardia School fire.
As you know, they came and did a very, very thorough investigation after the Mardia fires, and they were instrumental in that. So we're happy to accept that request if that is what the government wishes to do.
Adriana's body was discovered by her father, Sir Brian Young, in the swimming pool of the Doubleday International Hotel on April 24, approximately 20 hours after she was reported missing during a family trip to Tushin, East Bank, Essequibo. The government of Guyana has already announced that retired expert Leonard McCoshen from the Royal Canadian Mounted Police has been recruited for the investigation. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Year-old Adriana Youngs says all theories and possibilities are being examined. Here again is Travis Chase.
As ranks of the Criminal Investigations Department gather witness statements following the death of 11-year-old Adriana Young, Head of the Criminal Investigations Department, Deputy Commissioner of Police Wendell Blanham, speaking publicly for the first time since the death of the child, told reporters that investigators are gathering as much evidence as they can.
What I can say is that our investigators, we have selected the best to work on this matter, and the investigators are very objective. And I've instructed them to ensure that they do not disregard any information or any evidence during this probe.
The head of the CID said when all the evidence is gathered, a file on the matter will be prepared and dispatched to the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions for a legal opinion.
The detectives, they're currently examining several possibilities and theories. And at the end of the day, those theories and possibilities will be evaluated against the evidence and the facts that we have in our possession.
Mr. Blanham said investigators are in possession of video footage of which they are analyzing.
The investigators, they are in possession of video footage prior to Adriana. It's either prior or at the same time when an alarm was raised that she was missing.
As part of the ongoing probe, owner of the Doubleday Hotel, Butch Narain Bowler, was released from custody and is believed to be reporting to the police on a daily basis. Bowler has, however, been blacklisted from leaving Guyana by immigration authorities. According to the police, DNA samples were also obtained from Bowler and Adriana and were reportedly sent overseas for advanced testing and analysis, which was expected to be conducted at the Mount Sinai Health System in New York. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Travis. President Irfan Ali on Monday assured citizens that Guyana's borders remain secure as Venezuela continues to defy the ruling by the International Court of Justice and is going ahead with a planned election for the Essequibo region. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
A ruling against holding elections in the Essequibo region. Venezuela has rejected the decision and is proceeding with its plans. The elections are scheduled for May 25, 2025. On Monday, during a sideline interview at the opening of the 39th Association of Caribbean Commissioners of Police Annual General Meeting and Conference, President Irfan Ali assured Guyanese that the nation's sovereignty will not be compromised amid Venezuela's continued efforts to claim the Essequibo region.
That we ask Venezuela to respect international law, but we are not sitting back also. Of course, I want to assure you and all Guyanese that the Guyana Defense Force, the government, and every stakeholder, we are putting everything in place to ensure that the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Guyana is always protected.
The president emphasized that his government, along with its international partners, is keeping a close eye on developments. He stressed that ongoing assessments and strategic planning are in place to ensure the protection of Guyana's territory, urging citizens to remain calm and confident.
To all the citizens of Guyana and those who are living in the territory of Guyana, you have nothing to fear. You're living in what is our sovereign space, and we're going to protect and ensure that our sovereign space is respected by all.
Tensions escalated further on May 2, 2025, when Venezuela officially rejected ICJ's order issued just a day earlier, which called on the country to suspend its planned regional elections in Essequibo. In response, the Venezuelan government reiterated that it does not recognize ICJ's jurisdiction and, therefore, will not adhere to any of its rulings. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tiana. More news after this break. Stay with us.
She's not just crack at breakfast kind of mom. Her fitness. Yeah, she's the anyone for mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, closing deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate mom. Because to us, she's so much more.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc. powering your life with elegance, quality, and care.
With 70% ethyl alcohol, Mighty Foam Hand Sanitizer eliminates 99.99% of all germs and even moisturizes in the process.
The moment is coming. He has the ball. Will he make the shot? And he made it. Goal! This is the biggest win we've seen in ages. Feel the rush with every bet and win big. Play online at www.ibetgamesui.com.
With iBet Supreme, every game is your game. iBet to win with iBet Supreme.
Must be 18 years and older to bet.
Thanks for staying with us. You watching the HGP Nightly News. The China continues to reform its justice system rather than punishment. More on healing rather than punishment. The second cohort of prospective officials say it is another step towards another step towards restoring prison public trust and restoring public trust in the justice system.
On Tuesday, the second cohort of prospective restorative justice officers began their training at the police training center. Director of the Restorative Justice Center, Boston, the Restorative Justice Center said Boston was created to address prison overcrowded by reducing over-reliance on custodial sentencing and excessive pre-detention.
Restorative justice. Strength justice, national trust, through the infusion of a more affordable centered resolution method, in the dispensation.
Acting Chief Magistrate Faith McGusty, described restorative justice as a system filled with immense promises and responsibility. She explained that it presents a transformative approach to dealing with crime, shifting conflict, the focus from punishment to healing, the focus from punishment to healing.
To be heard, an opportunity for offenders to take meaningful accountability, trust, and for communities
she noted that while restorative justice is still in its early stages in Guyana, its potential to positively impact life.
We need to inform people that restorative justice is not about being lenient. Trust.
She noted that while restorative justice is still in its early stages and communities is already evident.
We need to inform people that restorative justice is not about being lenient or ignoring harm. It is about acknowledging harm fully, then working collectively to repair it in a way that builds rather than breaks. The more people understand this, the more they will trust and participate in the process.
Meanwhile, Senior Restorative Justice Officer Brim Ramkison said the aim of restorative justice while working alongside the judiciary is to move away from punitive punishment as traditionally practiced.
We try to lay the foundation that sometime in the future, these conflicts would not repeat itself.
Become fully operational. There are now 4 fully functional offices in regions 3, 4, 5, and 10. Additionally, 20 individuals have already been trained and certified to support the initiative. Tianako reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Tian. Antonio Day tells us that People's National Congress reform stalwart Amna Ali was laid to rest on Tuesday.
National Congress reform, PNCR stalwart, the late Amna Ali. Families, friends, members of civil society, including politicians, gathered to pay their final respect to Ms. Ali, who was a long-standing member of the People's National Congress Reform, PNCR, and served as a parliamentarian since 1985. APNU AFC Member of Parliament Natasha Singh Lewis described Ms. Ali as an approachable and pleasant person.
She was committed, she was trustworthy, she was friendly, she nurtured many of us. And for me today, I've said to many that it hurts because she was like my second mother.
Head of State Irfan Ali also spoke at the funeral, which was held at the Central Islamic Organization of Guyana, CIOG. Prayers were also offered in Arabic and English as an indication of seeking mercy on her behalf.
O most merciful Allah, you are the most forgiving of those who forgive. We beg from our sister Amna. We beg that whatever wrongs she may have committed, openly or secretly, big or small, knowingly or unknowingly, that you forgive our sins altogether.
She held various significant roles, including chairperson of the Social Services Committee, member of the Parliamentary Management Standing Orders, and Appointive Committee. Dubbed as a powerhouse, Ali also served as a General Secretary of the PNCR. Notably, Ali led the Ministry of Social Protection under the APNU AFC coalition government from 2015 to 2020. She resigned from the PNCR in March of this year due to concerns over the treatment meted out to women in her party. Beyond politics, she was an educator for several decades. She was remembered for her fiery political style, which made headlines during the 2018 No Confidence motion. Meanwhile, a night of reflection was also hosted at Ali's 78 Brickdam home on Monday, May 12th, while interment was held on Tuesday, May 13th in West Coast Barbuda, Region 6. I'm Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We'll be back after this break. Stay tuned.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Yvonne's Waste Management skip bins can be performed renovation projects. You can call. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Yvonne's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
GCOM is currently conducting a national registration exercise. Who can register? Anyone who will be 14 years or older by June 30, 2025 and is a Guyanese citizen by birth, descent, naturalization, or is a citizen from a Commonwealth country living in Guyana for 1 year or more. Anyone eligible for registration is required to visit the GCOM registration office responsible for his or her area of residence to apply for registration. Persons who are already registered could apply for a name change if they have changed their names since they were registered. Apply for corrections if there is incorrect information on their national ID card. Persons who are desirous of conducting any of those transactions must provide the relevant supporting documents. Persons who have already registered must collect their new ID cards if they have not yet done so. This registration exercise will end on May 30, 2025. You need to apply for a transfer if you now live at another address since you were registered. For more information, contact the GCOM on 225-027729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Final to close off an exciting Genesis Independence Weekend 2025 with one of dancehall's youngest superstars, the girls' dance president, Molly Dance. Molly Dance. GOV'T Cool Out Beach Party this Independence Day, Monday, 26th of May on the Kingsdown Beachfront. It's a holiday. Come, let's party on the sand and from sunset with Molly Dan Infusion, Stereo Sonic, Determined Sound, and Boom FM DJs. Gates open from 4. Brought to you by GOV'T and Hits and Jams 25th anniversary. Get a free ticket by purchasing GOV'T drink at participating outlets.
Meet Mom. She's not just the wake up at the crack of dawn, make breakfast, and pack bags kind of mom. She also gets her fitness game on. Yeah, she's the don't let anyone forget anything kind of mom. At the same time, she's the runs her own business, clothes, and deals kind of mom, who finds time to get down and boogie with the kids after school, remodel the house, bake cake, host dinner, and even play her favorite game at the end of the day kind of mom. So let's celebrate Mom, because to us, she's so much more.
Welcome back. You're with the HGP Nightly News. The Ministry of Education on a Tuesday said Monday's commencement of the distribution of the Because We Care cash grant rolled out without hiccups in Regions 7 and 9. Some 205,000 registered students from public and private schools across the country will benefit. In excess of 8,000 students will receive the grant in Region 7, while more than 10,000 registered students will benefit from Region 9. The exercise will conclude in the two regions on May 16. In Region 2, the distribution exercise will commence on May 19 and will conclude on May 23, while in Region 1 from June 2 through 6. A small-scale miner is in a precarious situation because their only source of income generation has been suspended due to claims of unlawful trespassing on properties for which they received the necessary permit to operate. Antonio Day has that story.
Claims have been made that corrupt activities are occurring in the mining sector, with officials from the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission allegedly violating the rights of lands used for mining operations and transferring them to persons who seem to be friends, relatives, or acquaintances. This was according to a small-scale miner, Darling Luz from Paramakatoy, Region 8. In an exclusive interview with Nightly News, Luz is frustrated at the fact that her mining operation in Arnik was suspended because of unauthorized occupants.
I never see the cease work order to show that they have to be stopped. They keep working right through holidays, which would be December.
Things spiral out of control when equipment and other personal items in the mining camp were compromised. According to the woman, these actions were carried out based on directives from alleged officials of GGMC.
He always moves with Jimmy Reese. He was there and he didn't go to the spot. Just send them and prospect, which I have the pictures of their prospecting in the claims. They didn't allow no one to take the pictures, or they didn't ask anyone was the reason. They just stopped the dredge. They were there. They take the mats, cut the mats them, and took everything.
Luz claims that she and her husband have received a royal runaround in spite of efforts to get relevant authorities to intervene.
I went to Mr. Ramdas in there in GGMC. Mr. Ramdas in his office told me, I'm here as I'm talking. He said, I really don't know what to tell you. For me, you can work and let the other guy work his place.
A senior official at GGMC promised to address the situation, but the distressed woman lamented that instead the situation worsened. Luz decided to consult an attorney, and the matter is before the courts. Although the matter is before the court, the alleged trespassers are still carrying out operations in Luz's mining concession. According to the woman, it is a clear violation of the law, as an injunction to stop all work should have been issued.
And we are from the area. I have our people, our village people, who just go in there to do little poke knocking. And now the same road that we make, right? No one can trespass and whatever. That's what the security would be saying. that's not fair.
A senior GGMC official familiarized with the matter noted that the mining claims were mired in controversy. According to a source document, discrepancies in claim locations, mining claims Luz number 1 to Luz number 5 were purportedly located over abandoned claims in Monkey Mountain area abandoned in 2024. GPS verification by Officer Graham placed Luz's claims in the Upper Arnic area, 20 miles away from the original XM claims documented location. Eric Stanislaus, a co-locator of XM1 to XM5, confirmed that the original claims were in Monkey Mountain, not Upper Arnic, and denounced Luz's claims as fictitious. I'm Antonio De reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Thank you, Antonio. The Court of Appeal on Friday upheld the April 12, 2025 ruling by High Court Judge Gino Prasad, which blocked the seizure of several luxury vehicles belonging to businessman Azzuddin Mohammed and his sister Hannah Mohammed. Senior counsels Robin Stobie and Anand Ramlogan, who appeared on behalf of the Guyana Revenue Authority, GRA, failed to convince the appeal court judges that Justice Gino Prasad's decision should be overturned so that the tax agency can, quote-unquote, carry out its lawful authority. This decision allows the luxury vehicles to remain in the possession of the Mohammed family until the final determination of the matter. The appeal court also ordered the state to pay $300,000 each in costs to Azzuddin and Hannah Mohammed by June 30, 2025. Azzuddin Mohammed wants the High Court to declare that the vehicles are his properties at the time of their respective registration and that they lawfully entered Guyana in 2021. The other declaration being sought are that the taxes now being claimed on the vehicles are arbitrary, ultra-vires, unreasonable, contrary to natural justice, in a breach of the 5th schedule of the Customs Act, Chapter 8201, irrational, unfair, and abuse of power, whimsical, capricious, and without any legal foundation or authority. Azzuddin Mohammed and Hannah Mohammed were represented by Siad Durjon and Damien De Silva. Stay tuned for regional news.
Turbo with a new look, new style. ATS in the 250 ml can. Everybody run. Me charge up with a turbo 250 ml at your favorite spot. Wait, sell. New look, new can, same vibes. Jinxing, energize up your life. Vibes up, work time, anytime we are turn up the party with turbo can. Turbo can, turbo can, turbo can. Now available in the new 250 ml can. Turbo energy drink. Charge up today.
Attention homeowners and contractors. When it's time to add the finishing touches, tiles must be on your list. And there's only one place to get the best quality and widest range with modern designs. Gaffurs is the #1 supplier of tiles in Guyana. We've got floor and wall tiles, ceramic and porcelain tiles, stone slate, terrazzo stone, mosaic tiles, and all the accessories including tile trim, spacers, sealers, cleaners, and polishers. Also the important thin set and grout. At Gaffurs, the options are endless, but we make it easy for you with the experts in our tile department. They are to assist you in making the right choice. Get the right tiles at the right price from Gaffurs Macdo Mega Complex or the outlets of Perican, Means, Land of Canaan, Bedford Wacting, Rose Hall, Kanji, and Diamond.
National registration exercise. If you have moved to a new address since you were registered, you are required to update your address by applying for a transfer to ensure your registration details are accurate. Visit the GCOM registration office responsible for your area of residence to apply for a transfer. You can apply to have your address updated during this national registration exercise. You can visit the GCOM registration offices Monday to Thursday from 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 16 hours 30, and Friday from 8 to 12 hours and 13 to 15 hours 30. The offices will be closed on weekends and holidays. This registration exercise will end on May 30, 2025. For more information, contact GCOM on 225-027729 or visit www.gcom.org.gy.
Of the year to unleash your creativity, unleash your style, unleash your vibes.
Hits and Jams Entertainment presents the biggest fashion event of 2025.
Soca and Wine.
Fashion Unleashed.
Wine, 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 wine. Soca and Wine. Soca and Wine. Soca and Wine. Unlock your fashion sense and let's party together in a world where fashion meets music and the widest array of wines. Soca and Wine 2025.
Fashion Unleashed
On Sunday, the 25th of May.
at the Marriott parking lot.
Super early bird tickets, $10,000. Available at www.hjexperience.com and HJ Box Office. Soca and Wine 2025.
Good evening, I'm Antonio Day with Tuesday's edition of the Regional News. Starting off with news in Antigua and Barbuda. The Antigua and Barbuda government says classes at all public schools on the island have been cancelled, as the Antigua and Barbuda Union of Teachers ABOT has indicated that its industrial actions will continue. The ABOT cited the government's failure to settle long-standing payments and respect the collective bargaining agreements. In a statement, the Ministry of Education said, and I quote, "In light of the press statement issued by the Antigua and Barbuda Union of Teachers on Sunday evening of the continued industrial action, the Ministry of Education, Sports and Creative Industries hereby informs parents and guardians that all classes scheduled for Monday, May 12, 2025 are cancelled at public schools throughout the country, and children should remain at home until all outstanding matters with ABOT are settled and the notice of resumption of classes is issued." End of quote. The ministry said security was a key factor in the decision to have students remain at home, adding that the closure of schools does not extend to public school teachers, who must continue reporting for duty. Additionally, there will be no disruption to CSEC examinations that the Caribbean Examination Council is administering, the statement said. Continuing with news in the Caribbean region, the director of the Pan-American Health Organization, PAHO, Dr. Harbaz Barbosa, has called on ministries of health in the region to increase surveillance and lead the charge towards the elimination of mosquito breeding grounds in a bid to reduce mosquito-transmitted viruses such as dengue, Zika, and chikungunya. The PAHO director, in marking Mosquito Awareness Week, said, and I quote, "Climate change has contributed to an increase in areas favorable for propagation of the Aedes aegypti mosquito, and consequently to the increase in arboviral diseases in the region of the Americas." He added that the accelerated growth of urban areas, the storage of water due to inadequate piped water supply, and the poor management of solid waste are also factors that increase breeding sites. According to PAHO, dengue is currently one of the main threats to public health in the Americas, including the Caribbean, with cases dramatically increasing in recent years. In 2024, countries of the region reported over 30 million suspected cases, a 283% increase in cases compared to 2023, and 356% higher than the average number of cases reported over the past 5 years. PAHO said cases of chikungunya are also on the rise, with 431,223 cases reported during 2024, compared to 411,560 cases in 2023. While there have not been any recent outbreaks of Zika, PAHO said the virus continues to circulate, with 42,242 cases reported in 2024, compared to 37,659 cases in 2023. The diseases can be especially dangerous for children, the elderly, pregnant women, and those with pre-existing conditions. And ending with some international news. The United States will cut the de minimis tariff for low-value items imported from China, a White House executive order said on Monday, further de-escalating a potentially damaging trade war between the world's two largest economies. The tariff relief, which affects big Chinese e-commerce players, including Shein and Temu, follows a deal with Beijing and Washington to unwind most of the duties imposed on each other's goods since early April after weekend talks in Geneva. While their joint statement in Geneva did not mention the de minimis duties, the White House order released later said that the levies will be reduced to 54% from 120% for items valued up to $800 sent from China via postal services, with a flat fee of $100 to remain starting from May 14. Couriers can pay either 54% or the $100 fee per package, industry experts said. The logistics companies or freight forwarders collected those tariff fees from sellers in China in advance. So the de minimis exemption allowed items valued at up to $800 and sent from China via postal service to previously enter the United States duty-free and with minimum inspections. Thank you for watching. I'm Antonio Day.
No request for FBI to probe Adriana Youngs' death. The U.S. ambassador says a government-to-government request would have to be made. Police looking at all theories and possibilities. Crime chief on Adriana Youngs' investigation. Small-scale miner up in arms over illegal occupation of mining pits. Blames GGMC for situation. And GRA loses bid to seize luxury vehicles belonging to the Mohammeds. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA GRANT. Thanks for watching.